So for today, I am going to be taking my wheels off and cleaning the crap out of them, putting on some new brake pads, and just generally washing the car. It's been sitting for a couple months, and I have the Vancouver International Auto Show to go to on Wednesday. So I got a couple days. Hopefully I'll be done today. So these brake pads have been great, except for the fact that they are track pads, which should not be driven every day. Probably shouldn't even be driven on the street, but I know how to drive. So they were great, but they wore my rotors down. These were slotted rotors. Now they are not. So I'm just putting some pads in there. I am planning on redoing all of my hubs, brakes, and everything, hopefully with this year. So I didn't want to go all crazy on brake pads. So I just got whatever I could from Rock Auto. I believe they are Bosch or Wagner or something. It should be good for daily driving, which is all this is doing right now. Come on. So I just pushed the pistons in for a second to get enough room to slide these bad boys out. So I've had these only on there for a year, maybe 15,000 K, and then they are shot, like real shot. Comparison, pretty crazy. My car stopped really good, but they definitely kicked off a lot of dust, which is why I'm doing the deep clean on them, on the wheels. So now you gotta press these pistons in to fit the new brake pads in. Now, compress the rears. When I rebuilt these calipers, I sprung for the stainless steel, and I'm glad I did because there's zero corrosion in here.
Yo, brother.
Yo. Oh, tools?
Yeah,
sick.
Bag. You want them just back in this bag?
You can just throw them on the ground.
Okay.
I'll reorganize everything.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, your driver thing is...
Oh, perfect. There's some guys down the street working on their 99 Forester, putting a new tie rod in, so they needed a couple tools. Oh yeah. I usually grease these, but I couldn't find my grease, so they are going in without grease for now. It's not very hard to get in here to grease them up at a later point. So, put those pins in. There we go. Now I'm just gonna take a grinder to the Subaru logo because it's all rusty from sitting, and then it should be good to go. Nice. So, new pads. I got to clean up the wheel and then I'll go bed in the brakes. All right. So I'm using some Griot's heavy duty wheel cleaner. It really takes the iron from brake dust and makes it so it can come off. So all this will turn purple and then it's scrub time. Now we're gonna just set you guys up for a bit of a clean montage. Gonna do the engine bay, then switch over to the foam cannon, finish the engine bay, and then do the whole rest of it. Got to bed in the brakes to make them work better. So you just pretty much go up to 60 to 100 depending on what the manufacturer states, and then heavy brake until you're almost stopped to heat up the brake pads and brake rotors and everything. I think you're only supposed to do it for rotors, but I just do it with new pads anyway, just to nip it in the butt, make sure everything's working good. Thank you.